Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we got it. An evident link between the worlds of Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. The antimatter. Not only it exists in both worlds in its more or less pure form and affects living creatures, corrupting them, but there are hints in the game about certain experiments related to matter and antimatter performed by scientists from Fontaine, and even evidence of radioactive materials in Teyvat. First of all, let's discuss the new group of enemies introduced in Fontaine. Breached Primuses appear in Fontaine shortly after the Cataclysm. Their drops remind us not only in shape and color, but also in certain details of their descriptions of another farmable materials in Star Rail. Moreover, the names Alien Life Core and Rift Core suggest that the Rift and its monsters are alien in nature. Now let's take a look at a new mechanic called Archi. It uses two new types of elemental energy called Ousia and Pneumonia. Applied together, they create a reaction of annihilation, and by simply looking up this term, we can deduct that Ousia and Pneumonia are in reality matter and antimatter. Ousia is a term that can mean essence, substance, or matter. It also can describe the concept of being. Pneumonia, on the other hand, is a disease widely known through human history that once was deadly and still is highly dangerous. It is only my guess, but I suggest that pneumonia is the opposite of Ousia, just like disease is the opposite of essence. Another interesting detail is that the colors of Ousia and Pneumonia are quite the opposite of what we would normally associate with life and death, or essence and disease. And considering that our traveler is usually associated with gold as well as sometimes hinted to bring destruction into this world, this may serve as a good reference. In Fontaine Institute of Natural Philosophy, a scientist named Alain Guillotine experimented on kinematics when he got an idea to combine Ousia and Pneumonia to create a kinetic core. With his assistance, they first witnessed the reaction of annihilation. At the same time, two people from the Institute, Jacob and Carter, intake parts of the deceased dragon is a part of another experiment meant to prolong their lifespan. Jacob showed no other reactions but vomiting, while Carter became neither dead nor alive. It's worth mentioning that the red gems from Dragonspine, as well as the ooze from Chasm, possess similar properties as remains of Elenus. They generate the heat, increase power, contain toxins that humans cannot withstand, which to me seems like the product of the reaction of annihilation, also known as radiation. My theory is that the deceased dragon's blood, as well as forbidden knowledge turned into ooze, all possess radiation, and that may be the reason behind Celestia's actions. Interestingly, archae of some civilizations tell us that the world used to be an abyss before an order was established. So by balancing matter and antimatter inside of him, did Jacob turn into primordial form of a being? And if the legendary alchemist Gold was the creator of the Rift Hounds, does that mean she was the one who welcomed the destruction into the world of Teyvat? After all, civilizations were destroyed by gods before, but the tragedy of Conria seemed to have done irreversible damage to the order of this world.